Healthy Rebel Radio is sponsored by the Healthy Rebel app. 300 plus secretly healthy, delicious, mouth-watering dessert and treat recipes made with all-natural, whole food ingredients. Now available for download on the App Store and Google Play. Find out more details at healthyrebel.com.
Welcome to Healthy Rebel Radio. I'm your host, Dr. David Deiser. I'm here with my Demi Health Healthy Rebel co-founder, Amy Lane. Good morning.
Good morning.
What a crazy weekend we have had.
Yes.
We're back to the show. We've had, the most incredible weekend.
It was a lot of excitement.
We finally shared the news. Mm-hmm. Since we've started the show, we've known that we're having a baby.
Yes.
And we weren't allowed to share it.
No.
And really it's just me who couldn't keep it in.
Yes, you were a little overexcited. I wanted to see how long I could go. I had dreams. Since we live on the other side of the country from our families, and we don't see them. We see them once a year, once every 2 years. I had this dream of just secretly having the baby.
Just showing up.
And then showing up with the baby, but...
Surprise!
It was a very unrealistic dream.
Yeah. No.
Especially when I'm married to the most excited man ever.
My gosh, I had a patient say to me, "You guys are having a baby, aren't you?" Without even saying anything. She just read it on my face.
Yeah, you're excited. I think I've been playing it cooler.
Well,
I talk to my sister almost every day. We're very close, and she had no idea.
No, you're much cooler than I. That's the thing.
I don't think it's that. I think I was just, trying to be calm.
Trying to be zen. I
think it's also hormonal. I don't know what kind of hormones are being let off in my body, but I'm so calm.
That's really great.
It's like a weird calm. It's like that I don't care anymore about certain things.
Right. That's funny.
One thing that's not great, though, is my filter has actually come down. I have low tolerance for anybody being nasty.
Yeah, but not in an angry way. Just no filter.
Yeah, I just let everyone know.
Nice.
And I don't care.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Well, it hasn't come down on me, so that's good.
Oh, no. Why would it?
Of course. I'm perfect.
No, you've been incredible.
Okay. So this is a surprise for us.
Yes, this was a very big surprise. We had a plan. We negotiated on waiting 3 years. I was leaning more towards 5. We thought we would start a family.
I was leaning more towards 3.
You're right. So that was our deal. We were going to get some certain things done.
Yeah, we moved to a new condo in September, and we got settled, and we finally feeling extremely happy and comfortable, and then all of a sudden, January the 6th.
Yeah.
We knew.
Yeah.
But we're really excited about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
So we're due on September 14th.
We're due September 14th.
It's coming up quick.
Oh, my gosh. I have it in my head I'm going to go earlier. And, not as in, I want to. I don't know why. I just have it in my head that I'm going to go earlier.
Well, everyone in your family was earlier, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone had their babies early.
Well... let's go over a few things. So we're talking about a vegan pregnancy here.
It is, and I don't like wading into these waters that much because I feel like there's just so much controversy and so much, people have so much emotion, and yet no one quite knows how to handle this territory yet. And if you haven't listened to the podcast on my experience with mean vegans, please do. Just to kind of go over it is, I've found that there's a real community within the vegan community, and this isn't everybody, so please don't take offense to this. There's tons of kind people, like in any community, but there is a sub-community in the vegan community where attacking others is a daily thing, and attacking others, especially others that are trying. And I have bared witness to a girl, and she's shifted her diet, and she's trying, and she's popular on YouTube, and she was saying how she's doing a vegan diet, and she's not eating meat products, but then in one of her videos she had a leather purse, and people just attacked her in the most vicious, vile way, and shaming her. And first of all, shaming a woman, really? Guys, come on. Second of all, she's trying, and we all wake up at different times. And like I said, when I became, strictly vegetarian, almost 10, well, I mean, I've always kind of been, but when I went strict with it 10 years ago as vegetarian, I was still eating dairy. At the exact same time, I bought a leather couch. And I did it out of ignorance. And, I'm not a person that comes from wealth or, has disposable income. I worked really hard for every dollar I ever saved. And I saved for that couch for a year. And I spent a lot of money on that couch. And I didn't wake up to the fact that that was the carcass of a dead cow until probably 2 months into owning it. And that's my reality. So it's not like I could just then toss out the couch. And then I had the couch for 8 years. Because I'm thrifty. That's just who I am. Like, I take pride in what I actually spend my money on, and I take care of things, and, I take a lot of pride in that. So, through me becoming a firm vegetarian, then becoming a vegan, I had a leather couch. And if I was in the vegan community and someone was saying, like, just horrendous things like this girl had to face, I mean, that would have crushed me. And again, it was purchased out of ignorance and then kept out of being thrifty, out of being someone that wants to impact the environment in a good way. Someone that doesn't want to just, buy and dispose and, waste money. Like, it's multi-level for me. I'm very into, obviously, animal cruelty. I'm into physical health. I'm into reducing my carbon imprint. But my point is that there's going to be blind spots. And no one should be sitting on a hierarchy and sitting down and saying to anybody, you're not perfect enough. Shame, shame, shame. I mean, it reminds me of all the religions of the world and how we think it's so insane looking at it. Like, how could you... The basis of all religions is, like, to love everyone. And whether someone's a sinner or a saint, to treat everyone equally. And I feel the same... I think that spiritual concept comes into veganism. And we should be welcoming people from a kind place. And that's okay. None of us are perfect. Like, we're all just trying, and then we all evolve. The next couch you buy something better. The next purse you buy, like, I still have some leather purses that I haven't gotten rid of that I've had for 15 years in my closet. I slowly send them to my sisters that aren't vegan, and I, when I replace them with vegan products. But, like, why would anyone want to be, like, chastised?
Did you get backlash for this episode or something?
No.
Because this is...
It's just, the wading the waters, you can't comprehend it, especially with women. Women are the ones who get bashed. And, like, little things like, now that I'm a vegan pregnant woman, just the ignorant comments that, like, you get asked.
Mm-hmm, for sure. And that was my point. That was the reason I wanted to bring it up, is because we got your labs done. I had all this specialty blood work done. So I, to, like, my B12 and my iron, and, I mean, they literally said, like, not only do I look healthy, I'm an example of health. No, you're doing really well. I mean, there's a way to do it. There's a way to do a vegan pregnancy. And you're following all the guidelines and doing an excellent job.
And that's what I'm trying to say is everyone that reviewed my blood work said, keep doing what you're doing. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just you, so that it's like we're in love and you would support me. I have a team of 3 other people, and they all were like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. So let's go over what you're doing. Okay. Number 1, you're still eating whole foods. I mean, you're having some things that are making you nauseous. I guess that's the only real symptom other than fatigue that has come up. Mm-hmm. But you're keeping a well-rounded diet. I mean, you're doing whole grains, you're doing high veggies, you're doing a little bit of protein powder.
A rotation of beans and legumes. I'm really trying to rotate. Just, add in one a day, something different. Same with grains and healthy carbs. I'm just constantly rotating. I'm more focused on rotating now than I've ever been. Mm-hmm. Because I, like all busy people, I'd get in a rut of just my staple meals. And, I could eat the same thing for a week. You know that about me.
For sure.
But now I'm really into rotation. My fruits and veggies are, even higher maybe.
And we've picked up, good nuts and seed mixes. You've done some specialty seeds. You've done the avocados, the coconut oil. So the healthy fats are coming in. Mm-hmm. So the diet is well-rounded. The water intake is the same. Mm-hmm. What about teas and other drinks and extra things? What has been your experience?
As we sit here right now, I've been turned... I'm not purposely not drinking tea. I'm not drinking tea because it made me like the thought of it made me viscerally ill. The only things I've been really turned off of have been tea, garlic for some reason when I made those cauliflower whipped potatoes for us. The smell didn't turn me off. I thought I'd be fine. I put it in my mouth and just my glands, I was just like, you know what?
Right, yeah.
So that was disappointing, but the teas definitely is a no for me right now. Hopefully I can get those back in because I enjoy them, like the warm beverage.
Right, you're sticking with the lemon water, and that seems to be...
Right now. And also the lemon water, first thing in the morning, warm lemon water, and I was putting a slice of ginger in there. You know, that's a great tip for anyone that is experiencing nausea. Like, I had nausea all day, not morning sickness, just sickness. This really helped. Mm-hmm. The lemon water and the slice of ginger, sometimes, if I could stomach the ginger. And the other things that really gross me out, luckily, I think, are processed foods. Like, I'm really disgusted by the idea of chocolate. I haven't had chocolate in 4 months.
Yeah, we spoke about that on the show, but we couldn't say that you were having these aversions.
The thought of chocolate literally makes me sick. I can't even. And yeah, just junk food in general, I'm really grossed out by.
And that's really helpful. I mean, it's been, you know, having a positive impact on your energy and your mood and all these things. I mean, you're feeling quite good. It's the energy-wise, how are things? Like, explain to me what your day is.
Right now, it depends on the day.
Okay.
I was exhausted for a few weeks there. Just low functioning, and then when I can't function at my prime, I mentally start to beat myself up. So that was tricky, trying to work myself out of this, because it's kind of like if it at any time, this is the time to be gentle with myself. So I kind of worked around that, and now it's just like I have to be in bed by 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. It just shuts down. I don't know what it is, but it's just I'm done.
Yeah, your body's finished.
And I also, like I said, like I don't have patience for certain things. So like if you're like, okay, we still got to do this and it's 9, I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm going to bed. And I've never been like that in my life. Like I will push through. I'll help you. Like I'm just...
For sure.
So, you know, I'm trying. I did nap a few times, but it's not been consistent. I probably should have. Mm-hmm. Because I get overtired and then I'm useless.
Yeah, right.
But my workouts...
You don't want to be overtired.
No, the intensity of my workouts have decreased. Which is... I just have to go with my body. Every day I do get out for an hour and a half of walking, and I'll do hills and, you know, make it more of like a hike. But yesterday David and I went and we were doing a hill and I was just so out of breath. And it's very unlike me.
It is, yeah.
So,
it's really different.
That has a lot to do with blood volume, and, you know, I went through that with the people who were looking after me, and they said, like, you know, it's normal. It's not anything to be concerned about. It's just...
So you're still doing the walking. We know that. You're doing the weights as well, but the intensity's changed?
Yeah, the intensity's down. Like, I'm more doing the all-day workout.
Nice.
That I talk about. But now that my energy the last few days has come up, yesterday was a bad day, but... it is getting better, so I'm hoping that I can just get back into my regular bikini body workouts, but just, you know, low weights and listen to my body. I'm not going to push myself, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
I'm going to just, my goal is to be healthy.
The idea in a healthy pregnancy is you want to be able to do the same style of workouts, maybe not the same intensity, but the same things you're doing before you're pregnant.
Right.
You don't want to increase, and you don't want to significantly decrease.
Unless you're told.
Exactly.
To cut it out. And I've had women in my life that are fit that have been put on bed rest, and I understand that's really challenging, and I would never want to, you know, hopefully not get to that place. So
for sure.
I'm just trying to keep a good balance.
Now let's go over supplementation, because you've like we've said, you've got your labs back. Your B12 levels are excellent. Mm-hmm. Your thyroid levels are excellent, and your ferritin, which is your storage iron, was actually excellent as well. Mm-hmm. So what is it that you're doing specifically to keep these levels where they are?
You have me on a plant-based prenatal that's been working really well for me. It's a professional line. Yeah,
so keeping things to professional line is what I normally recommend. Mm-hmm. The basic prenatal that we use by Thorne is high dose, everything you need specifically to have a healthy pregnancy. The issue is, to get these doses, you have to take 3 capsules. Mm-hmm. So it can be a lot of capsules.
And what I've looked into, it is with most, unless it's the big horse pill. Mm-hmm. And what people do like about the 3 capsules, I don't do this. I take them all at once, and the best tip I have is I take them at night, after I've had supper and when I'm going to lay down. It's the best thing I find they don't make me sick. I don't even really notice. But people do like it better because with the one, they're giant. It's not like you're getting less.
Exactly. And I've heard horror stories from the non-professional lines that you have to take 6 for some. So it can be a lot. The way you're doing it is excellent. So we've got the prenatal. Obviously that's important because it has the folic acid at the 1 milligram mark, which is exactly where it needs to be. I mean, there's recommendations for 600 micrograms, but we'd like to go a little higher than that. It's absolutely safe. And,
to leave room for absorption.
For sure. And what else are you doing?
Well, I've only had one B12 shot, but I plan on keeping that in rotation lightly.
Yes, for sure. I mean, because your B12 levels were on the high end, which is exactly where they want to be for a vegan.
Yeah.
And it seems like our supplementation routine with the 1 injection at the moment per month is keeping your levels stable.
Yeah.
The vitamin D that I have you doing is important, and this is something that everyone in the Northern Hemisphere needs to be doing, not just women who are pregnant. But there's tons and tons of good research for healthy mom, healthy baby, for having adequate vitamin D levels. Now, you can't go too high because it's toxic in really high doses. So it's important to speak with a medical professional about what vitamin D dose you should be doing.
All your supplements, speak with your healthcare provider.
Definitely.
Because they know your medical history. They know where you're at. We're just talking about my experience.
We're only talking about you, exactly.
And David is my healthcare provider. So this is our experience. And it could, like, for you, if you hear something that maybe perhaps interests you, you could take that information to your healthcare provider.
For sure.
But we're not guiding anybody's health here for what they should do. No,
exactly. And have you noticed anything with the vitamin D?
No.
You don't get the experience that a lot of people get where when it's not sunny and they take vitamin D they feel better?
No.
Okay, well, that's good to know. But at least we're contributing to keeping your levels stable.
Yeah.
And then, you take a B complex occasionally as well, don't you?
A stress B.
A stress B complex, okay. So just a well-rounded B complex. Yeah. Water-soluble vitamins, good for vegans.
And the main reason I take that is because it was something that I stopped all my other supplements when we found out, except for the stress B. Because it is something that has helped me so much in recovering from adrenal fatigue. And then I just find it helps me. Yeah. So
it's the same thing with the magnesium. You're using magnesium a bit.
Yeah, not like I used to. I mean, I love magnesium. For me, at night, if I take magnesium, it just completely relaxes my whole body and my mind. Like, I think magnesium is one of those things that's just so underrated. And for me, I love it. Now, I haven't been using it as much because I'm trying to really keep supplementations to a real minimum, and I'm trying to just fuel my body on natural foods.
Good. I love it. The one thing that you've added in that was different from your previous experience was the Sun Warrior protein blend.
Yes.
1 scoop every couple days, pretty much.
Well, that was really important when I was really nauseous and I was having a really hard time eating. For a few weeks there, I was eating. I didn't, reduce the amount of food, but the only reason I was eating is because I was making myself eat. So I would make these power smoothies after breakfast that had fruits, vegetables, spinach, kale, chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds,
awesome.
Protein powder, like everything I could shove in this for optimal well-being, I would. And then I would sip that and it just made me feel peace of mind, because there was a couple weeks there where basically I had to live on carbohydrates, which is so weird for me.
Yeah, that would throw you right off.
But just to survive, I mean, it was so bad, my nausea, that every morning when I brushed my teeth, I would have to really work at not vomiting. Like, the brushing my teeth was making me nauseous. The thought of food was making me nauseous. So just bland, plain things. So I got a vegan gluten-free bread that was flax-based. I would eat that every morning, first thing in the morning.
That was a savior.
It really was, with almond butter or peanut butter. And that was game-changing. But then, the next meal, it's like, well, what am I going to eat? Like, it was a real struggle.
Yeah.
So, quinoa and even potatoes. At one point, I had to have just potatoes.
Right.
Like, whatever I could get in at that time. And that's the thing too, like you have to be flexible.
Oh yes, and you have to find what works for you. I mean, everyone's going to be a little bit different. We're getting stories coming in constantly in the comments of the blogs of people, what they had to do and what they were averse to and what they were craving.
Definitely. And I mean, my mindset is just, I feel like this is a job. And I feel like my job is to just do my best. So I'm trying to, on all levels, do my best. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to stay centered. I'm trying to stay in a loving place. I'm trying not to, worry about having to sleep. Make sure I get my workouts in every day as long as it doesn't feel negative. Drink all my water, eat as healthy as I can. And, with the whole junk food thing, I'm sure I'm going to have things here and there along the way, but more than ever, I feel a responsibility not to. The motivation's bigger than me. It's not, just a selfish endeavor. So I just don't feel like consuming anything that wouldn't benefit this baby. I just don't.
Yeah, I love that. That's that instinctual. That's your intuition.
Yeah. So the things I have turned to, because I was craving junk. One night I was kind of wanting something, so I got just some vegetable root chips, just plain, and
those
they're
are
just
delicious anyways.
They're just baked vegetables, and so there is some nutritional value. Plus, I feel like I'm having a treat.
Yeah, and a little bit of good fiber as well, and
yeah. And for me, salt, I need a little extra salt because I have really low blood pressure, and my blood pressure obviously is gone. It goes up and then it goes down. So with me, I need that extra salt, so a little bit of salt on those chips, and that was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
And there's really great things out there like cashew milk ice cream now.
Okay.
So I think I might look into that if I'm feeling.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be delicious.
Yeah, but the one of the biggest challenges was I was so turned off of sweets. I was unable to make my normal recipes for the blog. I couldn't physically do it. It made me sick. It's so funny.
And you said to me, I wonder if people are wondering what's going on with the blog. There hasn't been any new recipes.
It's so unlike me, but I just couldn't. And poor David, I mean, we weren't making meals. Like, it was just survival.
Survival for the first trimester, but it went really well, and we're into the second trimester now.
Yeah.
Talk me through quickly just a bit of we've gone through a bit of the routine so far, but is there anything extra to your routine? I know you have a specific body butter that you formulated.
Yes, and I'm actually going to, I've ordered a couple more ingredients that I've heard might be additions. So I'm going to be launching a extra body butter, another rendition of this recipe. I've been using the body butter every single day without. Because the point is you want to keep your skin, first of all, nourished. You don't want to be itchy and dry and whatever. And I find like I have become a more dry person, which is strange for me. So the body butter, and also your skin is going to be stretching. So to keep that elasticity and also to aid in healing as the whole process takes place, you can either prevent, reduce, or improve stretch marks. So why wouldn't you? Right? Like, it's a thing. It's an actual thing. And one of the best tips I've heard, too, is as your belly starts growing, if it's itchy, don't itch it. Just put body butter on it. Because itching does increase your chances of stretch marks.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So, as things progress, as my belly gets bigger, I'm going to do body butter day and night. And you want to do it your whole body. You want to make sure you do your boobs, you do your hips, you do your butt, you do your thighs. Because it isn't just your belly that grows. Things shift, things change during this process, and it's all a blessing and wonderful, but, all we can do is do our best and then let nature see where it takes us. So I think that using a natural body butter with ingredients that are proven to heal, reduce, all those things is really, really important.
Definitely. And I'll link the actual recipe that we have so far, and then you're going to do something different?
Well, it's not different. I'm just going to add some more ingredients that I've found and looked into some research on, and that I think would be
great. And what we found so far with the current recipe is that it's less expensive than a lot of the ones on the market to make it yourself. Oh my gosh, yes.
And there's no chemicals.
That's awesome.
Right? So there's no perfumes. There's nothing hidden in there. And yes, it is an investment at first, but you're going to get, 3 jugs of this thing. Like, I've been using mine every day for 4 months, and it's a smaller mason jar full, and I'm just noticing that I'll probably get 2 more weeks out of it, and I still have enough ingredients to make 2 more batches.
Oh, awesome!
Right, so and I'm almost at 4 months, so
good,
right?
Good, that's great. So we're into the second trimester now. We found out because of really just one symptom. The story of finding out. You said to me that you thought you were pregnant.
Yeah.
And what was it that was changing?
Well, I was bloated right away, which is strange for me. Even
it wasn't like a time of bloating where you would expect it to be. Yeah.
It was really weird. It was out of the blue bloating, and it wasn't normal for me at all. My digestion felt funky, and then my boobs were just huge.
Like all in one day?
Yeah, it was weird.
Right.
And it was not, like, even now, like, my PMS symptoms have reduced so much since being healthy. I just don't have symptoms like this, so I knew something was up. Mm-hmm. Something was off. Yeah. And it was.
And it was.
And you didn't believe me.
I didn't.
You're like, you're just being dramatic, and I'm like, no, like, I'm trying to tell you something is very different here.
Completely different.
My body is different. This isn't like something's off.
Yeah, and then in like a couple days we got the pregnancy test done, and then we shot a video of it. We posted a video on the blog, just a short clip of it.
Of right after we read it.
And then we knew, and that was it.
That was it.
It was all very quick.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to make predictions. We've been asking everyone for their gender predictions.
Yeah, we want gender predictions. If you have a gender prediction, if you have a vibe, leave it in the comments on the blog below. Just boy or girl.
Definitely.
Or if you have questions or comments or, suggestions, anything.
We won't know again for, what, 6 weeks? 5 or 6 weeks?
Yeah, I'm kind of saying, like, week 20.
What do you think?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I can't decide.
You fibber. You have said boy since the beginning. Now you're going to change.
I do think it's a boy, but sometimes I question.
Oh my gosh, this guy. He has said that it was... He has said since day one he thinks it's a boy, and now all of a sudden he's...
Yes, but my grandmother said girl, and now I trust her.
She's the only one, though, David.
I know.
Everyone else...
We're going to see.
Thinks a boy.
6 weeks and we'll know.
And then we'll know forever.
Then we'll know forever. So the surprise will be done.
Yeah, I'm not really in a rush.
So we've been through a routine. We've been through diet, exercise, extras like lemon water, body butter, supplementation. We've built the whole sort of routine of what you're using and having success with. And, now we just go from here. Mm-hmm. If you'd like to read our story, you can check it out on the blog. I'll link it below. Yeah, we did a blog on why we waited so long to have a baby. Mm-hmm. We kind of explain our journey, and I think it is nice because I in sharing our truth, because I don't think a lot of the times people, share the bumps and bruises. And for me, someone that is in social media a lot, I've read stories that have just made me feel so inadequate for so long, because all these people just, they come from money or, married into money, and they just get to have this choice of, just whenever they feel like having a baby, they have this wonderful gift of having it and all these things. And a lot of social media is flooded by that. And a lot of people that are the most popular people do have that story. So I think just sharing our truth and, it's just real. Exactly. Yeah. If you're interested, please go read the story, because it outlines everything we've been through and how we've gotten to this place, and how excited and happy we are to be here now, even though it's such a surprise. Yeah, it is a huge surprise. Do you have anything else to add for today's show? I don't think I'm sure things will come up as we go along. Now that we can freely talk about it, I've got things to say, but I'll hold back. Okay. That's Healthy Rebel Radio for today. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. See you. Healthy Rebel Radio is presented by the online health and wellness center, DamiHealth.com. Since 2009, Amy Lane has successfully coached thousands of women through her signature program, the Bikini Body Program. Join today to work exclusively with Amy to unveil your greatest yet to be from the inside out. Go to DamiHealth.com for more information. Thank you for listening to Healthy Rebel Radio. Please connect with us on our community pages on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram, all at the handle @DamiHealth.
For weekly recipes, articles, and all our episodes straight to your inbox, join our newsletter at damiehelp.com. You can find all the links discussed in today's episode in the show notes. Thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow.